Welcome to this early AM broadcast of, I guess, the pussyification of culture and what this political correctness of the way that people need to speak and it's not even political correctness. I don't even know politics, like what this has to do with politics. This is just a general people speaking at all as the censorship of words that not that the internet does, not that society at large does, not that the media does, but that people do. That people on a personal level find it's reprehensible that you might say such things. They want to clean up your language. They want to tell you how to speak, tell you how to talk, which gets in the way of actually a dialogue and getting to a larger point or a larger understanding of something. So there were so many things I wanted to call this. This is a lesson in psychology, the degradation of culture, the how the training happens, how this occurred, what it's doing. But I think I'd like to just start with just this simple. This is what I wake up to. This is why I do not have typing, texting arguments on Instagram. I can't. You can't. There's no. This is a redub of what I was talking about yesterday. But I'm going to show you this. I'm going to show you the chat, and that's what I wake up to. And I thought that I didn't realize that I would have to wake up to this nonsense. And I'll show you where it came from, so I can step by step show you the psychology that is implemented into people through childhood, basically even through up until the time that they're 5, and they go into training in school, and then I could deliver all of that. Maybe I'll get into that, and then how that doesn't allow for growth of mentality because people are too focused. They're too focused on ridiculous things. What words I choose to use, and people are so offended. I'm offended. These people that are the old adage that where my offense starts, your right stop. That's what's pushing. That's what's pushing everything backwards. At least not everything, but a lot of people's minds. People think that as soon as they're offended, oh, I'm offended, then you can't do that. If I'm offended, this is why we have signs everywhere. This is why we got neighborhood committees. This is why we got all of the nonsense that happens in society. And I'm going to show you and hopefully this will help people that aren't used to my channel come to grips and terms with their own mind and why they think. Good to see you, Brenzon. Why they think what they think and why they're so emotionally distraught by people's. I'm going to walk you right through this and see if this will help. I'm going to play this clip, and this is for information purposes. I don't think this. I don't think I can't play this. I don't think it will get copyrighted. I hope not. But here we go. Let's. I'm gonna have to start this from the beginning. It's a loop on Weston Price by a doctor who I think is it's either the doctor that's selling supplements or the person's page that's selling supplements. But that's a little bit separate of what I'm gonna show you here. Let's see. And this is the little intro. I'll just play it, and I think you're gonna have to listen to the loop. Here you go, guys.
People who lived in the jungles, and he looked at how healthy they were and what they ate, and then he looked at what happened to their health when they moved into the cities, and he made the extrapolation that it was what they were eating in the cities that made them so unhealthy. But what he forgot was, well, that had something to do with it, but when they were in the jungle, they were eating wood ash, and they stopped doing that when they moved to the city. So, no wood ash, no minerals, and minerals are 66% of the body's nutrient needs. It's the lion's share. Weston Price did all this research with indigenous people.
Now,
and he looked at how
I was commenting. Was commenting on this man's ideas of Weston Price's work, and I'm making a dialogue and a comment on him, this person here, and I've made many comments there's a bunch of really interesting topics that I think the same doctor has a bunch of work on this same person's Instagram page. So I'm commenting on this, and I'm going to walk you through this. And here's what's important is it's not necessarily because people already know my position on what I'm going to say that have been here before. You already know how I feel about this, and it's not about that. It's about the conversation that I have, this dialogue that I have through the internet. This is the type of shit that happens on the internet, but this is what's happening in someone's head in real life too. They just don't happen to say this. So here's what I say. Here's the comment to what you had just heard. I don't know about all this wood ash minerals. I don't know about all this wood ash minerals as they are inorganic and not usable by the body. Perhaps it was wearing shoes and not grounding out the system. I'd surmise that had more to do with it than just about anything. Cheers. So you've noticed what I've said. I said wood. I said the wood ash is inorganic. Pretty easy statement here. And I said I'd surmise that because this is part of the the dialogue. So you know what I've said. I'm reading it right off here. I'd surmise that it had more to do with that than just about anything, not wearing shoes. So I've commented on that video. And then this person says, did you just say trees in the jungle aren't organic? 4 question marks. I know what that means. Did you just say trees in the jungle aren't organic? 4 question marks. Okay, he's already like he's about to bat away at calling me an idiot. I can already see it. Why 4 question marks? Why 4? It's like when a girl says to you, hey, and then puts 1 period or 5 periods, or puts a hey with a 1 y or 5 y's. You know what she wants if she puts 5 y's afterwards. So, and I find this so um, yeah. So nowhere in what I said did I say trees in the jungle aren't organic. I said nothing about trees or jungle. I said wood ash because this dude, if you watch the whole video, which I've watched plenty of these videos, I said wood ash, not trees in the jungle. And then I said, here's my response to this person, who has already reformatted my claim. So he's already used he's already being intellectually dishonest by wanting to start some debate, by thinking that I think that something is inorganic. So he's reframed what I've said, which makes it, let me grab my tea so I can explain this a little better. So here we go. Here we go on the next part. I said what is plainly stated in chemistry terms. Inorganic means without a carbon bond. Organic means with a carbon bond and therefore useful to the human body. I plainly stated that it is wood ash, in all caps, that wood ash is inorganic due to the fire burning off the carbon, deeming the elements inorganic. Does this compute? Cheers. I didn't put does this compute with a bunch of things. I just does this compute? Question mark. In the same tone, even less of a tone, I suppose, on the internet than did you just say trees in the jungle aren't organic with 4 question marks, which is a little excessive if you ask me. I do think one question mark would have been enough if he was really just asking the question, even though he could read my statement again and realize that I didn't say anything about a jungle and anything about trees. I said the wood ash. So here's where the dumbing down of society and the pussification of culture comes in. Here's where this political correctness, this wanting to tell me how I can speak starts to seep its silly, stupid, slimy, stankin' ass head into the mix. Then I went on to say, hold on, because then I even said again, the tree was living due to the carbon in the tree, life force. Then the tree was burned, and the life force in the form of carbon was burned off, leaving the ash as inorganic elements. A being is living. Does that imply when the body is burned that the ashes are living? No. Then I said, makes sense with the question mark. There's nothing aggressive in anything that I've said here. The only thing I did was, does that compute in response to his ridiculous accusation of what I said, which wasn't even in my statement. So here's the funny part. Let's get into it. And we'll get into the psychology of this and how ridiculous it is. It makes me fucking laugh. And here's the thing is everybody, I want to make this clear, everybody on the internet is the same age. I don't know who the fuck this is. I mean, I went to his Instagram page and found out that the dude is apparently at least out of college. He looks to be older than college. You know what I mean? He's got to be in his late 20s. He shouldn't be getting butt hurt on the internet over that. But here he goes. I was just asking a question for clarification. I don't know why you felt the need to be so hostile. So hostile. I just said regardless of everything you said, tree ash does indeed contain all the minerals that were in the tree. It is proven that tree ash is very beneficial for health and plant growth, and if you deny that, then you're just providing another example among infinite examples that you can be both intelligent and ignorant. Cheers. So now he's tried to insult me by saying I am intelligent and ignorant, and he's added something to the equation, which is it is proven that tree ash is very beneficial for health and plant growth, which it hasn't been. So let's continue here. Here's my response to him, and this is where it gets funnier. I said I wasn't being hostile. You took it that way, and no, it isn't regardless. It is very important, as I pointed out, the difference if the body can use it or not. I didn't say the ash didn't contain the minerals in the tree, just to get that out of there. Also, it isn't proven that tree ash is beneficial for humans, but surely it is for the soil. Inorganic versus organic is what I pointed out. Cheers. And then I went on to say, and the intelligent and ignorance, good jab, but I'll challenge you to go eat all the ash you want, and I'll drink either fruit juice or just distilled water, and we'll see what kind of minerals are healthy for the human body. I'm not being rude, just so happens to be that Instagram and I, Instagram, that on Instagram, I don't argue online by using my thumbs on the phone. I just get to the important points and try to assist people. If you disagree, great, but doesn't prove me ignorant, more that you took me being short and concise with you being upset that I didn't type a 40-page document for you to read, that I'm sure you wouldn't read anyways. Nonetheless, I do hope you find something that is helpful for your health, which I could bet won't be eating salt or ash, but rather consuming fruit juices and distilled water. Take care. I haven't really said anything, but tried to. I even tiptoed backwards a little bit for this. His very sensitive, his sensitive mind, his sensitive being. I even tiptoed around for him. And then now here goes the fun. Does that compute? So now he's gone back all the way up to the top. Does that compute? Rather than answer or even provide anything that I just said, he goes, does that compute? That's pretty unnecessary. And if you're trying to tell me you didn't mean that to be a jab, then you're a liar too. You don't need to be snarky. I don't plan on eating ash anyways. So this is the only part that he gets into here. I don't plan on eating ash anyways. So he didn't even really want to have a conversation about that, even though he asserted that humans should eat ash because it's proven to be healthy. I don't plan on eating ash anyways. So why is he talking here? I don't understand why he's even talking. But don't assume you know everything. I don't know what me knowing everything. I have not assumed. Don't assume you know everything. Nowhere in here have I assumed I know everything. We're having a conversation about two specific things. Now, likely their health degradation had a lot of factors, including air pollution, processed food, and the general lack of peace in cities compared to nature. Fair enough. That I could deal with. Sure. Whatever though, it doesn't matter. But learn to talk with humility. You don't know everything. Learn to talk with humility. So now he's going to, instead of addressing anything about this piece of information that I provided, he's telling me that I'm intelligent, that I'm ignorant, that I'm hostile, snarky, and he's going to tell me how to talk because it's more important how I talk than literally 99% of what I wrote, which was about inorganic, organic, life force, tree ash, and how it's good for the soil, not for the human body. And then he goes back to again. But don't assume you know everything. You don't know everything. I don't know where I implied that I don't know everything. Or that I know everything. And I said, whatever, man, have a good internet life. Take care. Now, there's so many points in here that the amount of assertion and these claims towards the way that someone speaks over what is being said is is the biggest thing. This is the whole cupcake culture. This is the pussification of culture. This is the whole. But you didn't say it the way I wanted to hear it. You didn't say it the right way. I mean, what do you expect everybody to talk exactly like you talk? Now we've got to unify the way everyone speaks. We need to speak in a Unicode. We all need to speak in language that is computer codes. It's boggling, but this is what the training does. So this gentleman here, rather than take this is off the internet. This isn't even me. If this is me talking in person, it's gonna be way different than that. And he's gonna have it probably his brain would explode. It would just go because I would use more colorful language, and I would be more my tone would be up and down, and I would use body movement. I'd use sign language as I'm speaking, and all of that would he even understand me, or would it be so clear and so crisp and precise that he wouldn't even be able to get in the way of me just saying, "Does that compute?" If I go, "Does that compute?" Do you think that I'm being snarky or rude? I'm literally asking a question. Does that compute? Because we're on a fucking computer. But don't say fucking. Don't say, "Does that compute?" Well, how you tell me how to speak then. And so here we have this dialogue on the internet where he somehow I offered pieces of information, and in what he got out of it was an argument with me, not an addition or a an adjustment of the way that he believes the world to work. That he just goes, "Doctor Weston Price, guy's right," and I said, "Well, here's where this is right, and here's where this is wrong, and maybe look into this, blah 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 blah," and I offered my assessment of the video. And his assessment to me was not anything to do with what I was saying, but the way that I was typing on the internet. And that right there is just a tiny little piece. Like that's not even that big a deal. But because that's a moderate kind of person. I've dealt with people on the internet where I just like fuck it, whatever, blocked, out of here. I don't even deal with it. Like there's no, and in real life too. But in real life it happens a little less because people just will shut their mouths because they don't even know how to deal with it. Because they don't know how to deal with articulate people that also use foul language or aggressive language. They want to say like, that's nice. That's nice. I like that. That's who he is. That's the assessment I'm gonna make over this conversation. On it's not even a conversation, just some typing on the keyboard. That's nice. I like that. That's who he is. I mean, it's like that's fucking punk rock. I fucking love that shit. Yeah, let's get up in this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's not. Fuck that shit. That's weak. That's bullshit. That's below my feet. I shit on things like that. Oh my god, did you say such things? You ever like comedy drama? Like that's what it is. Like life, give a little bit of a flavor to what you're saying, rather than have these the moderates are the fucking they're what's destroying culture. Like have a little fun, have a little back and forth. But the people in the middle that go, you can't do it this way, you can't do it that way. It's got to be like this. These people tell me how to talk, and they're gonna tell you how to talk. You can't allow for that. Those people are like they step on people's toes. They just like step on your toes, and you go, yeah, but you're crossing the line, buddy. So stop. Why are you crossing the line? Just tap your toe, and you just growl at them. Man, so what that does from a level of culture, society, just the larger mind and how people interact with each other, it gets a it infiltrates the mind to the point where people are unable to express themselves. That dude's a fucking dullard. Not his fault. Society has created him. He's a dullard, and he probably has no artistic outlet whatsoever. I'm guessing, but I think that would be a pretty educated guess. That'd be my hypothesis that he doesn't have any art or music in his life. He probably listens to the most basic country music and drives a 4x4 and has a yellow lab named, or what would you name your, what people name their dog, Bella or something. You know what I mean? Like that's that dude. Now, do I blame him? No. That's what culture has produced. It's formed that kind of person, that kind of idea, and which is repressive. And they've repressed that person so much that that's the kind of person that goes fucking nuts, so psycho, because they don't have any outlet. They're just like they're so upset. They're so upset that the way that I speak, because they're unable to speak in the way that I speak. That's what it is. People that get met, they're called haters. Like people that go to basketball games that like yell at, I hate this player, and they're like, just fucking fat, rolls, 5'10", unathletic, and they're like, this dude sucks. That dude's the greatest. That dude, like, or whatever sport, because they can't even do it. Just like they live vicariously through the wins of the people that they want to be like, and like, well, I don't like that one, and they sit there without the capacity to do anything. They just sit there. They just observe. They don't even observe. They watch, and they just like they live and die by the the comedy and drama of the world that they can't participate in, which is a shame. It's a fucking shame. But we produce these automatons. When I say we, I just mean the system, the schools, and the medias, and everything is cookie cutter, cupcake, candy corn, calculated. All of just the way that it molds and shapes people, that like this is what you're supposed to dress like, this is what you're supposed to look like, this is how you're supposed to be, this is how you're supposed to talk, this is how you're supposed to act, be like this, copy this, be a copycat. Like everybody loves Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant is Michael Jordan 2.0. 23, 24. They look alike. The dude got the same tooth pulled out as Michael Jordan got pulled out. Go look at it. Same one. His whole game is a mimicry. It's a copy of. It's a carbon copy. Everybody wants to be a carbon copy of something, but see, that's the thing, is they don't want to be. They were forced into that, and then later in life, what they be that resentment towards culture, towards the training, towards their parents, towards the government, towards the media, towards everything that is made them what they are. That's going to make them a very angry old person. They're not going to age well. They're going to be old, and they're just going to be just fucking stewing on the inside. All that time they could have been spent learning a craft, doing something, being creative. Learn how to write, read something, draw, paint, go play a sport, go swim, critique things if you must. You know what? Be a professional language critiquer. Because as soon as you do that, if you started to critique language professionally, if that kid did right there, he would end up becoming a professional at language and realize his entire life was a sham. Because then he would know all of the words and want to use them. And he would use them. And he'd go, oh, this is actually more, this is more joyous. There's more boisterousness. There's more loveliness. There's more bubbly, there's crackly, delicious. It just rolls off your tongue, and all of these things. And even when I'm typing, I can move my fingers in a different way. I feel like I'm playing the piano, and I'm just typing on the keyboard, and I'm a warrior. Oh, look at this! I'm a warrior. I'm in the front lines of this battle between the language that people use and oh wait, I've read the dictionary, and all these words are in it. Even these sort of blue words and foul words. And then he'll become just like us. Little comedy 101. I don't see, like, I can see the dystopian future that people see, but I don't choose to acknowledge it as a 100% fact like a lot of people. I don't. For me, it's a nice little mind game to play with the dystopian society. I think some people will go to that society. I think there'll be a gap. I think that has a lot to do with magic. I think it has a lot to do with 2020. I think it has a lot to do with December 21st, 2020. I think it has a lot to do with the energies and vibrations and the shifting of cultures. I think there'll be people that will go to that dystopian future that that dude wants to live in, that wants to, here's how language works, and they're going to live in a computer lab. And but that they'll get out of it. I mean, they'll soon enough come to realize that silence is golden, and so is language. Language is platinum. Language and words are even, oh wow, look at that expression. Dance and drums and all of this shit. Like there's you don't get to control the form and force of life. Yet he wants to regulate it. He wants to be regulator. Mount up. Can't be any geek out the street. You got to be handy with your steel, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep. Doggy's a little harassing me here. Baby, in a little bit. Don't worry. I'll give you snacks in a second. Let's see who's up in here. Good to see you, Branzen. Juniper, you like that? The turd, picking up a clean by the turd, picking up a turd by the clean end. Yeah, Branzen, you said most people are more interested about being right. That's very funny. I'm interested in getting to a better place in my systems of understanding all of this. But I usually choose to speak when I'm when I choose to speak. I'm pretty sure of what I'm saying. I'm pretty sure that I'm in the correct position, because if I don't know, I'm not going to speak, and if I don't know, I'll ask the question. So when I'm playing teacher mode, then I know what I'm saying, and I'm not just going to type some random bullshit on a computer that I would have done when I was fucking, 10 years old. you know, like, but when I don't know, there's no reason for me to speak. Why would I? If I don't know, I don't know. Okay, tell me about it. Well, I know so much because there's so many things I didn't know that I went and sought out the knowledge. I went and seen Michael Tellinger talk live. I don't know if you know who he is. I didn't know what he knew, so I was like, shit, I want to know what he knows. Bought his book, read that shit. I got books on books on books. I've been watching documentaries because I didn't know that shit. Now I know that shit. And then I hybridized it all. I took some of this person's work and this person's work. I was like, those two fit together. Those two don't fit together, so we're going to throw those away because those link up. And I made this masterful architecture of how things actually are. So, and then I add to it. And it becomes this big sculpture of knowledge. And other people are like, I got this little box here, and this box is right. Oh, what's it right for? Juniper's Prickly Pear is one of my favorites. Oh, go look up the song, everyone. It's called Prickly Pear. I would love to play it for you. I think I'm allowed to play a snippet of a song without being... And prickly pear also, when I lived in North Carolina, what a great fruit. It smells like watermelon and strawberries. It's so delicious. Let me just make sure I can find this. Let me find this music for you. Oh, that's so funny. It doesn't come up first on here. It used to come up first, and now the only thing that comes up, Prickly Pear by... Oh, Portico Quartet. Here you go, guys. I'm not gonna play it because I don't want to lose this broadcast. And I've already, I don't need a second channel with a fucking copyright strike against it. It's called Portico Quartet, Prickly Pear. You guys are gonna fucking love this shit. Why you gotta say fucking and shit? I mean, just be more articulate, man. You can't speak like that. Learn to speak right. You will all thoroughly enjoy this quartet. The Quartet of Portico. Portico Quartet, Prickly Pear. It's amazing, and y'all should check it out. So good. Oh, and Wax came out with a new song this morning called Vultures. So good. Alive and Awake. No drama. I just was laughing at it. Junipers, I have very low emotional intelligence. No, I'm kidding. I have very high emotional intelligence. I don't have the greatest control over um, my feelings. Any, you know, I think feelings and emotions are two different things. But because I just choose not to. Why? Life is about feelings. So that's just how I feel. That's just how I feel. And that's how it is. I ain't gonna do shit about it. I ain't gonna control that. I feel like I don't like this motherfucker. I feel like I love this right here. Mm. These alpacas or llamas. I don't know. Can't tell. Can't tell by the picture if they're alpacas or llamas. Either way, I like alpacas and llamas too. I like them a lot. Truniverse, yes, comedy is the cure. Thank you, Brendan. Here, I'll read that for you because it was nice in the side of my mind reading it. Of course, and the necessity to use all the words becomes apparent as one actually will at some point have to quench the thirst of something one never let themselves experience. Yeah. Prickly pear bear. Yeah. What I think I had some prickly pear wine that somebody had made because they had prickly pears all over their property. Prickly pears all over their property. Punctuate that with some perfunctory uh, pacification of parchment, not parched, parched. I want to use parchment somewhere here, but that's not going to make sense. I want to piss on some parchment. Piss on some parchment paper. Popping off the peas. Another 5 Ps. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. Which is funny because um, I think my preparation is just in life is generally just doing it. Like whenever I played soccer, I didn't like to practice, but I was very good at it. I would play, but they say yeah, practice. I'm more like Allen Iverson. Practice. You talking about practice? Practice? Talking about practice? Hmm. The 5 Ps, man. See, I just, I just never really, I never got into that. I just practice, just do the fucking thing. Yeah, just fucking do the thing. Didn't even notice you said it. You talking to me when I said the 5 Ps? Are you talking to me? Alive and awake? Hmm. Where did those come from? Who made those? Is that the five? Is that the Is that the? Is it the 5 pillars of Islam? Hmm. 1 second, y'all. Hmm. There we go. Oh, you Junipers, you gave me the 6 Ps. Proper planning prevents piss poor performance. Nah, the 6 P. Yeah. Do we got to do we have to add a seventh P to that? Practicing proper planning prevents piss poor performance. There you go. There's your seven. Practicing proper planning prevents piss poor performance. Seven. Got to get them seven P's, yo. It's too early, man. Come on. I ain't even out of bed yet. I just put a fancy shirt on. I ain't even showered yet. I gotta shower and take the dog out. Finish finish cleaning up in here. What time are we looking at? 10:30. Let me see the temperature. Ooh. Hmm. I'm alive and awake. Usually. Um, I I didn't. I haven't put one on here at the beach place, but I'm done here. So yeah. I mean, you can't. You're not going to be able to get unless you get a whole house water filter, and if you live in an apartment, it's going to be impossible to do really. So unless you do that, you're not going to be able to get rid of the fluoride and all that. So just the charcoal head works pretty good. There's a couple higher level ones, but um, I which one do I get? Oh, it's like $30. You have to replace it every 3 months. Well, at least the filter on it, but I forget what it's called. It's like one of the Amazon Prime top seller joints. That's the way to do it. It's like $30. I mean, you got to, man. You gotta where you can, filter out things where you can. All right, guys. I'm gonna give you guys 5 more minutes of my time. Peaceful chakra music helps to get the fluoride out of the water. Is that right? You see, waking up early. I still got little baggies here. I got like little two dime bags under my eyes. Uh. That was the whiskey I drank last night, I think. Well, I ate. Well, it wasn't the whiskey. It's because I ate a bunch of food. The whiskey I wouldn't have bags. The food does that. Yeah, bathing piss is the way to go. Oh, well, thanks for showing up, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the time and the dialogue. Oh, and I gotta comb my hair too. This is a big morning. Yeah, I don't. I'm not alive and awake. I don't usually drink whiskey. I haven't drank whiskey really ever, and that's why I got it because I was like, man, I know all the spirits except for whiskey. So I was like, I'm gonna get a bottle of whiskey, see what this is about. And the whiskeys last me for days. I can't drink too much of it. It's too brown. I don't like brown liquor too much. The only brown liquor I like is like some Cavassier, some Hennessy. Cavassier and Hennessy. See, because because then you're working with grapes. You know what I mean? So it's a little different. Yeah, all the extra brownness will give you a headache, but whiskey and Cavassier is pretty good stuff because basically wine, and then it's a different process. Sky Appa, Sky Appa up in here. How is the air up there in the skies? Oh, that was like my baby lion roar in the morning. Got this dog harassing me here. Are you harassing me? Let's see what this one wants here. What you want? You want snacks? You want snackies? Or you want to? Yeah, that's what you want. All right. Here, you can see if she's doing better. Meatwad. Say hello. Say hi. Oh yeah, this was a week ago. She's fine. How you doing? How you doing, fathead? She doesn't like to be on camera right now. She doesn't want to be on camera. She's too focused. She wants something from me, so she's not gonna be playful. She was like she either wants to go to the out there or she wants food, and I think she wants food. Yeah, as soon as I say food, she gets all starts stomping and her tail starts going. Her ears get perked up. She's like, "Food? Yes, I'll have that." All right, guys, I'm gonna go feed this monstrosity, this meat snack, and then go take her for a walk. And maybe I'll see you guys later. You guys have a beautiful day. Yeah, you want to hear? Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. Watch. You want to go eat? What do you want? You just chilling? You straight chilling, B? Are you focused, man? You look like you're coming right out of the light. The darkness. Darkness, my old friend. Okay. Boop. What are you doing? Say hello. Say hello to all these people. Yeah, she got good ears. All right, guys. Like Mogwais, right? All right, guys. I'll check y'all later. Have a fucking radical day. Stay fucking hang loose. Be radical, and get yourself some of that too, and some of this, and some. Oh, huh, huh, huh.